Welcome back to another Hardwood highlight. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and go ahead and smash that notification bell to get exclusive access to future videos. Chris Paul is known for his funny moments, mocking Steve Kerr and imitating officials, and even going as far as being on TV for State Farm commercials. But Chris Paul is also known for being a straight savage, never backing down from anyone and playing with a chip on his shoulder. He has made a career in breaking down defenses and by making the right play at the right time. Not only is he a fantastic playmaker for others, but he also has the ability to pull for the mid-range elbow jumper whenever it is needed. His high basketball IQ and work ethic has become so contagious that it rubs off on every player and franchise he is a part of, which is becoming known as the CP3 Effect. CP's bread and butter has always been the pick and roll. His passing ability has been such a threat to every defense, and Chris is currently the active NBA assister leader with over 10,000 assists. But when he keeps the ball and has the defense scrambling to follow him, he goes to work in his mid-range. And from that, it has opened up his shot time after time. Since 2013, when the NBA launched their new tracking system, there is not a player that has been involved in more pick and roll actions than CP3. Over 20,000 pick and roll actions since that time. CP has had great trust from his coaches over the years. Doc Rivers, Mike D'Antoni, Billy Donovan, Monty Williams. And that is why he has run pick and roll action in over half of the possessions he's on the floor for. Let's take a look into how CP has allowed this effect to take place everywhere he has gone. 4th overall pick in the draft. Chris Paul was drafted as the 4th overall pick in the 2005 NBA draft to the New Orleans Hornets. The Hornets won 18 games in the 04-05 seasons. Then they drafted Chris Paul. He immediately goes to work and turns the Hornets around in 3 years. The next season they won 20 more games and finished the season with 38 wins. In his 3rd season with the Hornets, they won 56 games and led their division. That is some serious work. Chris Paul and LA Clippers. In 2011, they traded CP to the Clippers. The LA Clippers only won 32 games in the 2010-11 season. Then they got CP3. CP has his work cut out for him, coming into a franchise that is known for, well, losing. The following season, they won 40 games, and in his 3rd season with the Clippers, they won 56 games and were legit contenders. With the likes of Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, they became known as Lob City. CP turns the entire franchise around. With an underperforming year, the Clippers split up Lob City, and in 2017 traded CP to the Houston Rockets. Now this blockbuster trade not only took CP to an amazing team, but he was right back up there for championship contention. The Rockets won 55 games in the 2016-17 season without Chris Paul, which you can say is a great year. Then CP3 joined the team. The Rockets then won 65 games the following season and led them to the #1 seed in the Western Conference. Once again, the CP3 Effect. This amazing season secured the best record in the Rockets' franchise history. And as many say, they only lost because CP3 was injured. But ultimately, the Rockets lost in 7 games to the Golden State Warriors. CP3 to OKC. In 2019, he was traded to the OKC Thunder for Russell Westbrook. And many, if not most people, wrote off the Thunder as a playoff team. In fact, the Thunder entered the season with only 0.2% chance to make the playoffs. But the CP3 effect is real. and he led them to the playoffs and had another huge year of basketball. The Thunder not only made it to the playoffs, but were within one game of making the second round. Chris's Thunder run was cut short as he was traded the following season to the Suns. Paul and the Phoenix Suns. In 2020, CP was traded to the Phoenix Suns for Kelly Oubre and Ricky Rubio, who at the time were huge contributors to the team in the 2019 season. But that being said, the Suns only won 34 games, 8 of which happened in their magical 8-0 run in the bubble. The Suns have already won 40 games this season and show no signs of slowing down, and they are in the race for the #1 seed in a stacked Western Conference. The Suns are a legit contender for the first time since the Steve Nash era. Teaming up with Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, a new GM in James Jones, a new coaching staff of Monty Williams, this Suns season has been a huge success. Chris Paul is one of the greatest floor generals to play the game. The doubts of CP3 and his abilities have become obsolete, and his knowledge of the game is so valuable for any franchise. So far, he is averaging over 16 points per game, 8.8 assists per game, shooting 49% field goal percentages, and 39 from the three. But this is not merely enough to propel a franchise to the top of any conference, let alone the Western Conference. And the Suns didn't make any more notable additions besides Chris Paul. So what is it? It's called the CP3 Effect. Wherever he goes, he builds everyone else up and elevates the franchise. His vision, his passion is at an all-time level, as good as any player we have ever seen. His leadership never stops, on the floor, on the bench, and in huddles. His teammates have always praised CP. And there have been articles about CP3, about him being the smartest player in the NBA. His explosive play style has changed over the years due to his injuries, but he has been able to adapt and will continue to age well in this era of the NBA. CP is always teaching. His mindset and work ethic rubs off on everyone he plays with. Although he has come off a bit pushy with his teammates, such as Blake Griffin and James Harden, both of which have admitted he is hard to get along with. But that has just been the case with a few veteran teammates. While on OKC and the Suns, a lot of the younger players look up to him and respect him and his wisdom. These are the perfect scenarios for Chris Paul. His assist-to-turnover ratio is second all-time to none other than my boy Muggsy Bogues, which this too has rubbed off on his Suns team. With the team having the third best AST ratios in the league, along with being in the top 5 for turnovers per game. His team is top 5 in shots wide open, which the NBA has officially termed as shots where the defender is 6+ feet away. Coach Monty Williams and CP go way back, all the way back to the Hornets days with one another. Devin Booker said, "Chris has gone through everything we're trying to get to in this league. Big games, the playoffs. We want to get to that point, and with Chris, we're headed in the right direction." The Suns team as a whole has gone up from DRTG defensive rating 2018 through 19, they were 29th. 2019 through 20, they were 17th. 2020 through 21, 3rd on the current season. Their defense is not about steals and blocked shots. Their defense is a lot more strategic, based and focused on good closeouts and defensive rotations. His attitude in all his situations that he has been thrown into has been pretty commendable. A superstar being thrown into a rebuild year with OKC and the Suns, he has made the most of everything. He has taken many young players under his wing and mentored them, such as number 2 Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the Thunder, and helped to set a great foundation for them moving forward. Despite not making it to the finals, CP3 has had an amazing career, and possibly a Hall of Fame one. But he is not done yet. Trust me, no one wants to see this dude in a playoff series, thus concluding the CP3 effect is real. Chris Paul is an underrated MVP candidate, and this is just Rise of the Suns and the effect of CP3 as we know it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe for more Hardwood highlights, and smash that notification bell. Until next time, I'm Heights the producer.